Okay, so because we're not a complete monster, the guy who welcomed us to this city is looking for this baseball poster or something.
Just make sure it's properly logged.
I'll note it next to the others, sir.
So we're going to talk to her, and then we'll probably talk to him since his name has come up a couple of times, and then we're out of here.
And welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries, producers and purveyors of the finest salt tuna in Halcyon.
Is that right?
What can I do for you today?
Well, just jump right into butting into their conversation. Grim asked me to check with you about his tossball poster.
You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask.
Well,
she's in the warehouse.
I've made him top priority.
I'll warn you. Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago.
Yeah, that's fine. I can persuade anyone. I heard you saying that you're having money trouble?
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid.
Yeah, I feel you. So, that must be expensive.
20 bottles worth adds up, that's for sure. You'd think Sebastian would give me a discount as much as I buy from him.
Should probably be giving you free bags, at least.
Oh, I don't mind. I usually buy things one at a time. Gives me more chances to talk to him.
Oh, I
He's
see.
sort of the strong, silent type.
Right, robotic.
Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors are complaining about the smell.
Do you want me to talk to the guy for you?
Would you? I'd appreciate that so much. Maybe don't tell him I wanted you to ask. Just that you met this really nice lady named Celia.
Yeah, he'll never pick up on that.
Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. I'd better get back to work.
We're like full matchmaker here. So what is it about this guy that you're interested in?
He doesn't talk much, but he's got this quiet intensity, you know? Like there's stuff going on inside his head that you have no idea about. Kind of like you, actually.
Oh, really?
Plus,
I'm
he's
a
got
robot.
Great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on lower body exercises.
I think that's all we need to know,
Sorry.
Celia.
Sometimes I get carried away.
That's probably why he doesn't like you.
Well, new business turns up at last.
Yes, Sanjar.
Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based advertising model would be a hit?
That you did, sir.
They're really driving home
How
the
can
stereotypes
yield
here.
improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost savings not moisten the loins?
You've often posed these very questions.
Stats are
Clear my
sexy.
schedule. This newcomer has a meeting with me.
God. I guess I'll wait till you're done with your meeting then.
And a sense of humor, too.
Yeah, because
Did
we're
you
the
hear that,
newcomer.
Celia?
Yeah.
I heard it, sir.
But I'm sure you didn't come here to trade witticisms. No, you're here for business.
I mean, I'm looking for the information broker.
Out at Devil's Peak? If you're headed that far, I see you've brought the right woman for the job.
Damn right.
But if you're here for him, I suppose that means you aren't here for salt tuna.
Very astute observation. It could be both.
Now, there's no need to humor me. I'm used to this particular letdown. I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw the other corporations back to our bosom, but it seems we're back to the drawing board.
What exactly are you hoping to accomplish?
Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resources and protection for 10 years now.
So-called is right. We've got our hazards, but we're still here, damn it. The board took off without so much as a thought for the folks left behind.
Something to be said for perseverance. I endeavor to persevere myself.
Now, we've kept ourselves.
I
in
think
business
Sam
by
has more
trading with
personality
individual
than Vicar
corporations,
Max.
But given the off-the-books nature of those transactions, such arrangements are precarious.
And you're tired of scrounging, scraping by. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather costly paramour.
Exactly. Intellectualism fuels the train to mankind's future, but the tracks the train runs on are forged from practicality.
I don't know what intellectualism means, but if someone's willing to build us a few practical things around here, I ain't gonna judge them on account of their beliefs.
Yes, it's as though the good vicar has plucked the very words from my brain.
Well, they're going to be best buds. So what do you mean to do about it?
Well, Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI restored to the board.
On our terms, mind you.
Returning to the board is your only chance if you hope to survive here on Monarch. That doesn't mean it'll be easily achievable.
Indeed not. No worthwhile plan was ever simple. That's what I always say.
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our own hands.
This lady knows what's going on. So what's the plan?
It's a two-pronged approach. The first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended.
Okay. And how do you mean to do that?
With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most productive and secure cities in Halcyon.
And you'll have a powerful ally on the board.
What is the Bolt 52 exactly?
Why, one of the strongest defenses in Halcyon.
Like a cannon?
Extremely powerful ordnance.
So, okay, where is it?
In the old arms building southwest of town, which used to be part of Stellar Bay before we had to move our walls in. These days it's overrun with marauders and raptidons.
Nothing we haven't seen before. Why are you saying it that way?
Saying what? Which way?
Sanjar. Arms. You're saying arms instead of arms.
That's just what it's called. It's supposed to stand for something, but I forget what.
Whatever. It's ARMs, arms, you know. Okay, I'm sure I'll know it when I see it.
Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could delete it so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands.
I will consider that. I have something else to ask you.
What can I do for you?
So, I met Grim, that landing pad guard.
I see. And was his delivery of the MSI authorized greeting up to snuff?
It was beautiful, actually.
Well, that's excellent. I'll see that your feedback makes it into his review.
Sweet.
What else can I do for you?
I think we're good. I think we're good. So, we have a couple of things that we can do here. Let's maybe sort it by location. So the warehouse thing, here we go. Celia sent me to the Velma Ballard, manager of Stellar Bay's warehouse. She receives all of Sublight's incoming shipments. We're gonna go and do this. See if we can't help out our good buddy from the entrance.
Smells like rat in here. Oh, it does work.
Hey,
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in such a
Hey,
hurry.
Velma, chill pill. Look, Catherine said she'd shove you in a box if you keep running your yap like that.
Did she now?
Sure did.
Well, I can see I was mistaken. Because if Catherine really had sent you, there'd be a lot more expletives in your message. I hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been running me ragged lately. First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing.
Pescatological health manager. You should probably see a doctor about that. It's good.
That's what Braxton is. He's our fish doctor.
Okay. Yeah,
He's
that makes
a real
sense.
wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess.
I guess. Don't you have rules about that kind of thing?
We're not keen on rules for rules' sake around here. Means Braxton skips work sometimes, but it also means no company boss is telling me when I can take a shit.
Good point.
Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you could check up on him. He lives in the apartments.
God, we're just everybody's
Tell him
bitch.
Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra jugs he's been taking from supply. Something else on your mind?
Well, I'm asking about Grimm's poster. That's the ultimate reason that I'm here. But, Okay, two things. You said Braxton's been stealing drugs.
Stealing's such a nasty word. Let's call it skimming.
But you're overlooking it. Why?
And yeah, let's just say I've noticed the sterile biotics we use for the fish would get used a little faster on Braxton's shifts.
Okay, that's... Okay. Why aren't you turning him in?
We're not like those corporate towns where you get fined for sleeping on the wrong side of the bed. Besides, the Spacer's Choice stuff we use is cheap enough. And Braxton knows how to get the salt tuna, fat and mostly tumor-free.
Oh, gross. Okay, and what about this Catherine that you mentioned? This is a stark contrast from Edgewater, right? And all their
Sublight
rules.
boss out of Fallbrook. Handles most goods that come in or out of Stellar Bay. Has a mouth like a Ground 6 Spacer.
Okay. What's this about your foreman?
Caleb Herrick runs the autoloader operators. He thinks I don't pay them enough for flipping switches and turning dials. He and his whole crew walked out. Say they won't come back unless I pay them more.
Let me guess. You want me to convince them?
You mind slapping him around a little while you're at it? I'm joking. Mostly. Unless you can do it without hurting his job performance. If you can find a way to get him back to work, I'll make it worth your while. Check the yacht club. He's usually there.
Okay. What about Grimm's poster? You know anything about that?
This again?
Yes, this again.
I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can tell Grimm his poster came in.
Oh.
You can also tell him I got a better offer for it.
Oh,
so now it's going to Nell.
Don't like this.
Does that about cover it?
I don't like this. Okay, who's Nell?
She runs the betting parlor across the way. Nice professional lady.
God damn it.
She asked me about the poster once. Just once. Made a real generous offer, too.
That seems to be the more important part. So, this is about money then?
Damn right it is.
How much are we talking? Surely we can work something out, no?
Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering.
That's pretty expensive. Why don't you just work with me? Because I'm helping you do all this other stuff. I think that's pretty fair.
Sure. And once you finish helping me, then we can talk about the poster.
Fine. 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 Fine.
Fine by me.
Yeah, fine by me too. Cool. Good chat. All right, so let's do this. Can't let our buddy Grimm down, that's for damn sure. So let's start this. Braxton has been showing up to work. He's the guy stealing the drugs. She asked you to go to his apartment and send him back to the salt tuna fishery. Let's start there. I'm sure we're going to find something weird in his apartment. I hope we do. And well, you know what? We'll play the part. Whatever she wants, we'll just get it done. In the name of Grimm. Our new best bud.
Help! Someone's been killed!
What?
I think I'm gonna be sick.
Oh, please don't be our dude. Just what happened?
I clean the apartments while everyone's at work. I've seen all sorts of messes, but this... If you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right.
You know damn right that's where I'm going first.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go contemplate a hot shower.
Contemplate a hot shower? Oh, this is going to be his place. Or wait. He might be above. I'm not sure. He's above.
What a gruesome way to
Damn.
die.
Even Stellar Bay ain't safe these days. What's the world coming to?
Okay. We're going detective mode. I might not steal anything just yet, because it could be evidence. Several ragged outfits, all the same cut and color, were stuffed into this suitcase. Weapon parts. Oh, here. Tossball betting slip. This betting slip lists some increasingly bold wagers made for a team called Mostly Colonists. It's from Left Field Tossing Betting. So this could be related to gambling. Left Field Toss Betting. Is that where the other person that we heard about works? one who is going to buy, here, from Nell, who runs a betting parlor. Is that what this betting parlor is called? It might be. It might be. Okay. Well, let's take this stuff now. I'm not going to feel too bad. And let's go upstairs and find that guy. Hopefully talk him into going to work. Let's sell all of our junk.
Whatever you do, don't mention Tossball to Isaac. You'll never hear the end of it.
You know, I haven't seen him in a while.
Isaac.
If you'd gotten stuck in an hour-long rant about mostly colonists, you'd be thankful.
Okay, well that's not who we're looking for.
You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh?
Well, I'm looking for Braxton.
Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton. Got nothing for you, sorry.
What are you talking about? Listen, no one's in trouble. I'm just gonna have a friendly chat with him.
Oh,
Is it?
in that case, he told me he was delivering to this house
Oh,
in the
okay.
ruins south of town. Whole family had fallen sick and he had some meds on hand. So maybe look for him there?
Laura?
I'll be straight with you. Folk who disappear in the wilderness generally aren't able to come back. Don't get your hopes up.
Yeah, don't worry about me. I fully expect him to not be around. Okay, so tossball betting. Left field tossball. Yacht club. That's out of town now. Wait. Yeah, okay. So let's go here now. See if this is the same. There might be multiple betting places here, I guess. Seems pretty popular. Yeah, left field toss. Okay, perfect. 2 birds with 1 stone. Nobody's in here. How's business? This is probably why you murdered the guy.
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow, you must be up on all the latest tossball games.
Oh yeah, that's me, Mr. Tossball.
So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a Hammersmith Thunder fan. No, Glacial H Mammoths.
Mostly a fan of mostly colonists, actually. I actually play for Auntie Cleo's Darlings. Don't you recognize me?
I'd heard they'd gotten a new hacker. Is that why everyone's making such a fuss about you?
Yep.
But what are you doing on Monarch?
Well, Coach said I need to practice hitting things. There's a lot of things to hit on Monarch, right?
That's for sure. Just mind you, don't let them hit you back.
Good advice, Nell.
So, what can I do for you?
Okay. First thing. Velma tells me outbid Grimm for a signed tossball poster.
Signed by the Black Hole himself. There's no way I could pass that up.
Yeah, I get it, but Grimm's a nice
Well,
guy.
do you want to see it? I don't have it yet. I'm waiting on a few customers to pay up before I can give Velma the bits.
I think it's really brave of you to outbid Sanjar's best friend.
You mean dopey landing pad Grimm?
Yep.
I didn't know
Best
he
buds.
and Mr. Nandi were friends. I guess that changes things.
Yeah, it should.
Fine.
That's amazing.
Tell Velma that I don't want the poster anymore. I'll find something else to hang in my shop.
Okay. Did she say anything about this? I don't recall her saying she's... Okay. The
Graham's
tossball transmissions?
always filling the airwaves with his propaganda. Like it's done him any good. All it means is the tossball games get to us in fragments. Makes them real hard to watch.
Okay, let's ask about the betting slip in the dead man's apartment.
Poor Isaac. I was wondering why I hadn't seen him in a few days. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow, even if he did have terrible teeth.
Terrible teeth. Okay. What do his teeth have to do with anything?
They were pretty distinct. Monarch doesn't exactly have a thriving dental industry, and Isaac seemed to get stuck in all sorts of bad habits,
Huh.
dietary and otherwise.
Okay.
Sometimes he'd drink purpleberry punch by the liter. Other times he'd keep betting on a losing team. Started owing the wrong people money.
Did we pick up purpleberry punch in there? I don't think there's a right person to owe money to.
Ain't that the truth? But Elijah and his buddies are mean, and they'd been pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club.
Okay, that's
They're not allowed
two
in the
things
bar
to check
anymore.
at the yacht club.
I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble with one of them.
Right. Okay, thanks for the tip.
Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies, but there's not much he can do.
Okay, so now let's do this. This is going to take us over to... Okay, Nell agreed to give up the poster. That's good. Still doesn't solve the exact problem, but that's okay. Let's investigate Elijah and his gang, take us to the yacht club, and then that'll tie in with Caleb returning to work. In theory. And then if we can pull that off, then she should be willing...
Rich people in Byzantium pay a handsome bit for rap musk.
She should be willing to give the poster over, especially now that Nell is like, wow, okay. I didn't know they were so close.
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
Who wants to play an impromptu tossball match?
Not now, Vicar.
No one? Really?
Hey, what's going on back here? Berta, Thug.
This ain't your alley.
Hey, what are you doing here? This is our secret alley.
Yeah, super secret,
We're
Elijah.
already pissed by those crates to market.
Listen, I know you murdered Isaac.
Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's any of your business.
You're messing with the wrong dude. I'm making this my business.
Oh yeah? What are you saying exactly?
You've bullied people long enough. If you know what's good for you, you're going to clear out and never come back.
Wow. Most of the pencil pushers around here cave as soon as you look at them funny.
That's kind of what I'm doing.
Fine, we're going. This ain't worth it.
Okay. It's like... I expected, like, the tiniest bit of pushback. We're just too powerful with our words, of course. Okay, where is the actual yacht club, though? Is that this place? Yes, over here. Okay. Oh, this is where he picked up... Right, okay. This is where he picked up Nyoka.
New face, huh? You from Offworld?
Yep. Captain Cyrus Odd of the Unreliable.
A ship captain? Well, I'll be.
Glacial
Here,
water.
let me buy you a drink.
Oh, thanks.
Consider it an MSI welcome.
Thanks,
Why
man.
don't you grab a chair, sit a spell, and revel with us?
What are we celebrating?
Me and my friends have taken our destiny into our own hands. We're untethered, free of responsibility and worldly cares.
That would explain why he's...
Well, as long as we don't run out of bits.
Don't you need to go to work for those
But until
bits?
the windfall's gone, we're riding high. See, we just walked out on our work.
Yeah.
Had enough, we did. So now we're striking.
Had enough, we did. What made you walk off the job?
It ain't any one thing but the sum of it all, having to work longer shifts for less bits. And the wages we do earn don't cover as much as they used to. Our supervisor, Velma, goes on and on about quarterly profits and meeting quotas. But that ain't what Sanjar promised us. Velma refuses to negotiate, so we're refusing to work. We won't go back until she agrees to pay us fair and proper. Us on Monarch, we're free from the board, you know? We have the right to lobby for better hours and pay.
Listen, I feel you, but we need to talk about
Sure
Velma.
thing. What did you want to discuss?
Well, I need you to go back and work for her. Sanjar's gonna fire her if you don't return to work. You want that to happen?
I never meant to call for anyone's head on a pike. Velma's not my favorite person, but she ain't been cruel to us. Devil it all. Now you got me feeling sorry for her. Fine. I guess we'll go back to work to save Velma's job. We'll find a better time to negotiate our wages. Tell Velma not to worry. We'll look out for her.
Okay, we are convincing everybody in this city to do anything we want. It is exceptional. Okay, so we need to inform Velma that Caleb's going to go back. We need to talk to Sanjar about Isaac's murder. This is not here. I think we go back there now. Actually, yeah, let's do this. Hold on. Braxton was making delivery to a house south of Stellar Bay. Yeah, that's fine. Missing passcode. Is this in here? Yeah, I think it might. I can't tell if this is leaving or not. Okay, so Lilia Hagen has a lead on some expensive salvage. When the board abandoned Monarch, several factories and research facilities were left mostly intact, while the majority of these locations have previously been stripped of valuable resources. Sublight agents on Monarch recently discovered a hidden laboratory with a cache of Alta Vitae gas. Lilia needs an independent captain to retrieve the salvage. So Lilia hasn't heard from her agent in Stellar Bay. Okay, so fine. Retrieve the information he's holding on the salvage location, deliver it to Catherine Mallon in Fallbrook. So that might actually be in here. And then these are all outside. Oh yeah, there's this thing. Sebastian's right close by.
Sometimes I question my decision to be out here. But then I remember, free will is just an illusion.
I feel you, Vicar.
You look like a man who's looking for some mostly fresh animal parts?
Oh, yeah. Okay. This guy. Hey, Celia.
Huh.
You know her?
I haven't seen her in a few days, but I've been meaning to ask her how that Raptidon acid is working out.
She wants the
I
D.
hope it's working okay, because no one else really seems interested in this stuff.
As in Adams. She's into you, man.
Nice of you to say. I like her too.
Yeah, no, but she likes you. Yeah, she really likes you.
And I gotta admire anyone with her passion for canid hides. But you don't have to butter me up.
Adams, listen. She wants to date you.
Wait, I see what's going on.
Wait.
She put you up to this so she could get a discount, hmm?
No.
Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talks nice and slow, so I understand. But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit, on account of no one else having any use for Raptidon tongues.
Okay, well, we're dumb, but this guy's way dumber. Listen, don't take my word for it. Spend some time with her. I promise you won't ask for a discount.
You sound pretty sure. And she is awful nice. Okay, I'll do it. Once her shift ends, we'll go someplace nice. Maybe to Chef Raymond's.
Yeah, Chef Raymond's actually sounds perfect. Why don't you do that? Guess what, Celia?
Have you talked to Sebastian yet? What did he say?
He's in.
Okay, but how did he say it? Did he sound excited? Or like he was just agreeing to it?
No, he was pumped. Just don't ask him for a discount.
Yay, a date with Celia. I've secretly been waiting for this. Or was it more, sure, I don't have anything else going on.
It was like a mix in between the two. Yeah, she likes you. Just don't ask him for any discounts.
Not to
Exactly.
worry. If I never buy another Raptidon tongue, it'll be too soon.
There you go.
Look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back to work look. Anyhow, thank you.
You're welcome. We're literally just matchmaking right now, and it feels great. Sanjar, I got news for you too, buddy.
Well, I see you've had a sobering effect on our friend Nyoka.
For now.
Sir, please stop.
Forgive me, Celia. I couldn't help myself. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Okay, so Isaac Rhodes is dead, and I found the people who killed him.
But that's terrible. What happened?
It was Elijah and his hooligan friends. I ran them out of town.
I'm glad to hear you've dealt with them. They've been causing quite a bit of trouble around town. I've been consumed with other matters of late, but I would have dealt with them eventually.
I believe you.
Of course I would have. Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment for your services.
We're agreeable. That's great.
Then it's good that I keep such meticulous notes.
So MSI, how did they get kicked off the board in the first place?
I've asked myself the same thing many times, especially seeing as the legal mechanisms we employed were part of the board's own bylaws.
Okay. So... do you mean that you initiated your own removal from the board?
Not intentionally, though that's technically true.
Oh my god, he
For
talks
many
in
years,
riddles.
This planet was home to as many corporations as Terra 2. But back then, it was known as Terra 1.
Makes sense. I see the board put their best people on that one. Terra 2 and Terra 1.
Really? I always thought they were refreshingly straightforward names.
Jesus,
After all, the
Sanjar.
whole point of terraforming was to make them Earth-like.
Here, though, the results were mixed.
That ain't fair. They didn't leave on account of the hazards. They left on account of their cowardice. The hazards just gave them a reason to put to paper.
Sharp as ever, Nyoka. And as the other corporations began to tally their losses, they decided to pull out.
But not MSI, right?
Our leadership at the time certainly wanted to.
And how did that work out?
Most regard Monarch as a lost cause. But there were others of us who saw an opportunity. The chance to improve working hours and conditions, to reform MSI from the ground up.
Pretty forward thinking,
It's
I guess.
humane, but it's also good business sense. Exhausted, sick, and malnourished workers are not productive workers. Even a cursory review of the data bears that out. Anyway, we learned of a loophole in the corporate bylaws that would allow MSI to claim ownership of the entire planet once the other corporations pulled out, creating the perfect environment for us to enact these new reforms.
So, who's this us and we that you're talking about all the time? Like, sum it up nicely.
Well, there were surely other junior executives with more open minds, though none of them had the temperament to handle the paperwork.
Who are we talking about? You're being cagey.
But I was keeping my tone flat and maintaining eye contact.
Jesus, robot.
You weren't supposed to notice I was avoiding the subject.
This is why you've never been good with presentations, sir.
High five.
Very well. Many, many years ago, Graham Bryant and I used to be collaborators.
Graham Bryant. Who?
Graham Bryant. He leads a group of extremists out in Amber Heights.
Have we heard that name?
He
We know
used to
about
be
Amber
as
Heights.
much a part of the corporate machinery as any of us. Much as he likes to forget it.
So he helped you make your case to the senior execs.
Indeed. For all the good it did.
Right.
MSI's then leadership wasn't enthusiastic. They insisted we'd be relocating to Terra 2 along with everyone else.
Right. Okay. Yet, here you are.
Yes, some of us stayed behind, and as the most senior executive remaining, I ended up in charge of what was left of MSI. I moved forward with our planned reforms, as well as our strategy to assume ownership of the planet. Yet not long after I renamed it Monarch, the other corporations dislodged us from the board and began an official campaign to paint us as lawless savages.
Makes sense now, though. You should have known you couldn't oppose them.
But we weren't trying to.
Yeah, but...
everything we did was legal and above board. We followed their rules, and yet they still found reasons to declare us outlaws. I do think there's something useful in a governing body like the board. Something that keeps us from anarchy, but I dearly wish it functioned differently.
What? So you mentioned earlier, too, this hazard clause. What is that?
It's straight bullshit is what it is. A fabrication rich folks use to preserve their investments by leaving a lot of people here to die slow.
Nyoka has the right of it. It's a legal provision that gives the board the authority to cordon off any planet or location that it deems dangerous.
A necessary evil for the greater good of society.
Thank you, Vicar.
That's exactly how the board describes it.
Huh. And they've invoked it here?
Yes, making all of MSI criminals in the board's eyes. Rather hard to run a business that way.
So why exactly do you want to go? Do you want back on the board?
Why wouldn't anyone?
Just
They
power,
own
right?
nearly
Like,
all the resources and infrastructure
Yeah.
in Halcyon.
that makes sense.
Without the board, chaos would overtake the system. Working within the established order isn't a principle to snub one's nose at,
I'm
Captain.
not snubbing. I'm just asking, man.
Yeah, that'd go a long way toward rebuilding our homes.
To be on the board is to be
Okay.
part of the colonial community. And being cut off means slow strangulation.
Yeah, makes sense. Can't fault you for your practicality.
Indeed. We've got to consider realities, not ideals.
Fair.
If membership on the board can ease our hardships and provide us with opportunities, then that's the path I mean to pursue. Besides, I'm hopeful that additional leverage on our part will allow us a more equitable relationship.
What do you mean that about leverage?
Don't get ahead of yourself, sir.
God, he just
Yes,
teases
yes,
and teases.
It'll be easier to explain once we have the Bolt 52.
Okay, fine.
My hope is to maintain the reforms we've managed here, and who knows? Perhaps once we're restored, we could spread them to other corporations.
Okay, so the Graham guy. Why didn't you mention that earlier?
As far as I'm concerned, the less said about Graham, the better. Graham seemed like a reasonable man years ago. We both agreed that MSI's treatment of its workers was untenable. I thought reforms would be enough. I didn't realize you wanted to abolish the corporate system entirely.
Okay,
What can I do for you?
fine. Okay, so let's go back and talk to Velma. All these places are super close. She's in the back in the warehouse.